In the late 1950s, the Baltimore Colts won back-to-back world championships. While the glamour of winning went to the big-name stars of the offense, the true personality of the Colts was shaped by the defense, and in particular, by four extraordinary men who played in the defensive line. At right tackle was 6 foot 6 inch, 290-pound Eugene Lipscomb, the big daddy of the Baltimore Colts. In the 1950s, the main job of the defensive tackle was to jam up the middle. But Big Daddy revolutionized his position when he invented what is now called pursuit. Whenever the play was directed away from him, which was often, Big Daddy pulled out of the line in pursuit of the ball carrier and made more tackles than any lineman on the team.
Big Daddy was big. He was the first big black man in the National Football League. He came here in '56 with me. But his greatest asset was his fact that he could read the defense and then pursue the ball carrier and usually get to him before the ball carrier turned the corner. Gene's forte was his great lateral movement.
When asked to explain his revolutionary technique, Big Daddy said simply, "I take the shortest route to the ball carrier and arrive in ill humor."
He would try to intimidate you. He would try to pull the nose thing, you know, and squeeze your nose. You know, not in a dirty vein, kind of like you know, like he was playing with you, like a cat would play with a mouse. Reach under your face mask and, you know, squeeze your nose and say, I'm going to get you next time. Would really make you mad as hell.
While Big Daddy was cast as the team bully, number 70, Art Donovan, played the team buffoon.
Maybe he looked like a big marshmallow or a Santa Claus in a football uniform for the player across the line of scrimmage, but a lot of them playing Arthur Donovan got religion. He was especially adept at splitting the double team. He could take double team blocking and separate it like you would 10 pins because of this immense strength that he had in his shoulders.
Donovan was a 4-time All-Pro defensive tackle, and he was destined to be the first Baltimore Colt to enter the Hall of Fame.
Belying the fact that he was stout and portly and didn't look like he had much speed, had all the quickness that you would want for 4 or 5 yards, exerted tremendous pressure on the quarterback, handled the running plays straight at him with the same kind of adeptness. Just a total football player, all you would want in the defensive lineman.
At right end was Don Joyce, a ferocious pass rusher and a huge man with a huge appetite that was well publicized and well documented.
Joyce is about 6'3", about 270 pounds. And they talk about, you know, insanity is a very, very thin line. Well, I think Joyce, some of the time, watch him in the movies, he was on the left side of the line. So I said, well, I think Joyce can eat more chicken than anybody else on the team. And the guy said, no, he can't. For $100, Marchetti can. So they said, all right. So when they had 2 more guys bet, so we had $300 bet, and we had this chicken eating contest up in Western Maryland College. So the 8 of us, the 6 guys betting and the 2 guys eating, the participants, we get in there, and here comes the waiters out with a typical Southern Maryland Sunday afternoon meal. Chicken, mashed potatoes, and peas, and all the trimmings. So anyhow, Gino, he just starts eating the chicken. Well, Joyce, he's eating the chicken, the mashed potatoes, and the peas. And we said, for Christ's sakes, don't worry about the mashed potatoes and peas, just eat the chicken. So anyhow, Gino eats 23 pieces of chicken. He stops. 23 or 25. Well, Joyce is 24. He said, 2 more, champ, and we win. We called him champ because in the offseason he was a wrestler. He and Big Daddy had a tag team match. You know, they were tag teams. So anyhow, he says, Al, I'm still hungry. And he eats 36 pieces of chicken. So finally he says, whoa, he says, I can't eat anymore. He says, I gotta wash this down. And in front of him, we had a big pitcher of iced tea. So there you are, champ, eat it all, drink it all. We don't care if he blows up now because we won the bet. With that, he reached into his pocket and pulled out 4 pieces of saccharin and dropped it in the iced tea. He was watching his calories.
Left end Gino Marchetti, number 89, liked quarterbacks more than chicken. And on Sunday afternoons, he dined in style. Gino the Giant was a defensive end in the classic sense. He didn't just play the position, he was the position. You couldn't run at him, by him, or around him. And if you ran away from him, he had the speed to track you down. Marchetti, in his own words, played mad all the time, and his temper was a permanent part of his weaponry.
Marchetti was the backbone of that defense. You know, to watch him pace that locker room before a game, I mean, he was like a caged lion. And I hadn't really stopped thinking about that till right at this moment you talk about that, but I've been around a lot of locker rooms since then. I don't see, you know, that all the time. I mean, that intensity is not something you just find every day. It's one of the reasons why he was a great one.
Gino Marchetti was the backbone of a defense that had many heroes and more than its share of clowns, who together shared many moments of low comedy and high drama.
We enjoyed the game. Whoever thought that of all the kids that played football down through the years in all the grammar schools and high schools and colleges, that you would be picked or be lucky enough to play professional football. And we used to look back on that and say, we're lucky we're here. This is something great happening to us that it doesn't happen to too many guys, period. That's the way we all looked at it.
The Dallas Texans had high hopes